morning,
Good
Anshul.
morning, ma'am.
Hello, good morning.
Ma'am, we need to discuss something about HPC.
Sure.
How we can do
How
that?
can we do
We
that
just
in our
want to know
class?
more about it.
Sure, come sit. Remember, report cards have always been a scary thing for children. As a child, you're always scared and anxious कि क्या marks आएंगे, anxiety होती है बच्चों को भी, parents को भी. मतलब एक तरह का हुआ था.
And even that competition of achieving that benchmark.
Absolutely.
Comparison was too much.
Exactly. HPC is moving out of that. And it is actually giving us a holistic view of the child's unique qualities. And it is celebrating the uniqueness of every child. So it is not pitching one child against the other. That whole paradigm has changed. And at the same time, it is important that whatever feedback we are giving is participatory. So holistic progress card is actually the voices of the child and the parent and the teacher together as a community. So this is moving away from that slightly anxious marks based normative report cards, and it is going towards a tracking and a snapshot of the child at that particular time, the child's progress at that particular time in the child's development.
Ma'am, as you mentioned, there are no marks. Then the question is how we assess, how we can evaluate child's progress.
That's a good question, Karavi, and I'm sure this question is going to be in all the teachers' lips. No marks, so how are we going to assess? So the HPC actually is first of all looking at the competencies and learning outcomes as are defined by the NCERT in the Nippon guidelines which have been given. Now, looking at that, what the HPC does is it's created 3 different levels of achievement. So it is not marks, so I will show this to you here. So there are 3 levels, and the child is being assessed according to the level, right? What is the level of the child's achievement? What is the ability of the child to do that task? To what level can the child do the task? So let us say there are 3 levels: beginner's level, there is a progressing level, and the third level is proficient. Now, how do we understand that? Beginner's level is when the child has just started doing it, and the child needs a lot of help.
Okay.
The progressing level is when the child needs some help, but now child has started doing by herself or himself. And the proficient level is when the child is able to undertake that task independently,
So
without
no
help.
help.
No help.
No help.
So isme you can look at this level in different ways. You can say the child needs some help, the child then needs more help or no help. These are the different help. So now let's look at the first section. And the first section of the HPC, it's about the child. Okay? Because ultimately we want to know what is the child interested in, who is this child. So the child is going to draw his or her own picture or paste a photograph. It begins with that. So it is completely learner centric. Then the child can also draw or write about the family. Child's own immediate family. It may be caretakers, it may be guardians, it can be grandparents, parents, even single parents. The teacher has to be just careful about that the instructions have to be such that it looks at different contexts. So बच्चे को अपने बारे में पहले ड्रॉ करना है, फोटो रखनी है अपनी फैमिली के बारे में, तो उससे क्या हमारा कॉन्टेक्स्ट इस्टेब्लिश हो जाता है. उसका अगले वाला जो पार्ट है, द नेक्स्ट पार्ट ऑफ इट इज अ फ्यू मोर डिटेल्स अबाउट द चाइल्ड. सो व्हाट इज द चाइल्ड्स बर्थडे, height and weight of the child, child's interests in terms of hobbies or sports, likes, what does a child enjoy doing. So all these things are given in the next part. It continues. The things that the child likes, if the child has any favorite toys. So what happens at that particular age? What is the child interested in? But this is coming from the child's perspective. It's not coming from the teacher. So we want to include in the HPC something that the child has written or drawn or said. So this becomes a completely participatory report card. And there is ownership of it. So this is the first section, beginning with the child.
We would like to know more about section 2.
two.
What
Of
is it
course.
all about?
Of course. So section 2, of course, is the heart of the what we may call assessment. And in that, there are 3 goals which have been defined by the Nipun guidelines. Okay, so in that you have 3 developmental goals: health and well-being. Then the other second goal is effective communication, and the third one is involved learners. So under these developmental goals, there are competencies. So in the section 2, there are learning outcomes, and the key competencies have been combined so that it's easier for the teachers. At least the crucial competencies are covered through the HPC tracking. So what you're essentially doing is you're looking at the competencies, the learning outcomes, and then against the learning outcome, you're just putting the level of achievement. And for that, you're using icons and no marks. Okay, so you can use any icon. For example, if you're using a smiley, so the same smiley is given to every child. All the children are getting smileys. So they're going to go home happy, but the level may be different. Some child may be at the level of progressing. Some child is just at the beginning, or another is at profession. It doesn't matter. It is really linked to the learning outcome. This is the manner in which it has been created.
But how are we going to link it with the activities in the class, ma'am?
Okay, so let's look at this. You are doing activities, right, in your classroom. Now, any activity, if it's experiential, it's bound to have a lot of competencies and skills which are going to come under that. For example, give me some examples of activities that you're doing already.
Probably about the health,
Recently,
how
we
healthy
were
eating,
talking about the healthy eating and the hygiene. So we come up with making a
making a
salad
fruit
bowl.
salad bowl.
Great. That's a lovely activity, because I think making a salad sounds good because it has so many senses involved, right?
Yes.
The sense of taste and
Touch.
smell and touch. So it becomes much more holistic. And for children, it's exciting. And this is at the heart of, health is at the heart of education. So the idea of making a healthy salad is a great idea. Now, if you're doing that, then you have many competencies which would be connected, and also the learning outcomes. So, for example, you might have identification of the fruits or vegetables. You might have other kind of things such as you might be having some games related to that, right? You might have artwork related to that. You might have motor skills if they're actually peeling or cutting or chopping, things like that. So you would have a lot of health and hygiene. What are the benefits of these particular fruits or vegetables? So
Also cleaning them, washing them. That's
Even we
completely
can have that
hygiene.
shapes, colors.
exactly, shapes, colors, identification, textures. So language also comes in. Knowledge about one's own context comes in. You might even want to make a field trip to look at
The vendors, maybe.
or getting things from their own homes to look at what are the different things children are eating at home, or what is available in the market. You might have counting associated with
Yes,
that.
and even the money concept. Because
Exactly.
they're visiting the vendors, they're getting
Yeah.
it.
What is the
from
cost
them.
of
Yes, what is the cost of the same?
of the vegetables or fruits, etc. So you see how organically the competencies and learning outcomes are linked to the activity you're doing. So you don't start with the learning outcome, or you don't start with what am I going to teach.
So how about teachers' feedback? How are we going to give the feedback?
So under every developmental goal, you're giving overall remarks. Now this overall remarks is related to the developmental goal. So let us say it is health and well-being. So in that overall, what is the progress the child has made? Is this child has become more independent in this particular area? The child has become very conscious about his or her health and hygiene, has become very social now. So you're looking at the larger goals in terms of human development. That is how you will create the overall remarks. And of course, we also want to know where the child needs to improve upon. So you can say that in this term, we have seen these progressions, and our goal is to further improve the child in the following areas, which are actually useful for the parent also, because it tracks the child's progress and sets goals for the future.
So what exactly goes into the portfolio part, the section 3?
Okay, so the portfolio, as the term signifies, is really about showcasing the child's interesting works. So many parents or guardians would love to have those examples of that lovely drawing that they made about the family, or they want to see how the children are in the classroom. So today with our telephones, it's so easy to just click some pictures. And if you have too many children in the classroom, you cannot track individually. You can do group photographs, of children working. If you can have individual photographs when the child is engaged in some activity, that is wonderful. The other part of it can be just child's work. The children have made a collage or a drawing, or they've written something very interesting, so that you can take that, make a photocopy or click a picture and put it in the portfolio.
So, ma'am, how we can engage parents and involve parents in the report card?
Yes, so the HPC for the first time now is involving the parents also to give feedback. Now, of course, this is a very tricky thing, because how are you going to ask the parents what kind of feedback? And actually what we are looking at is that, the child's development is not only the school or only the family.
Yeah.
The family and the school unit have to work together collaboratively for the child. So बच्चा घर में क्या करता है, इस बच्ची के क्या interests हैं, that parental feedback is important for us, and to have that dialogue. Plus parental responsibility. Parents are also responsible for the child's growth. तो वो घर में क्या करवा सकते हैं, क्या करते हैं, उन्होंने क्या changes देखे हैं, all that has to come in parental feedback. So when you're taking feedback, don't consider it as a burden. It is just by phone or face to face. If they come for meetings, you give them some survey form, या आप qualitative उनसे feedback ले सकते हैं. Parents enjoy talking. It can just be a simple conversation. And in that, you're simply asking the parent, what are the changes you've seen in the child? Can you share something about the child? What are the positive qualities you see? We want them to look at the child's again uniqueness, celebrate, and what do you think we should focus on together? So now, of course, there is this parental feedback, but there's also the self-reflection and peer feedback, which is really a very core and important feature of the HPC. So now you tell me, how would you do self-reflection with the children?
I think the younger children are very good with it, right, Karavi? They actually point out the activities which they have enjoyed throughout the year or throughout the session, and they can actually put it across very well that I used to start chopping and I was not able to do it, but now I am proficient with it. Yeah?
And they are very much into celebrating their achievement. That now I can do it independently. Somebody helped me, but now I don't need any help. मुझे अब help की ज़रूरत नहीं है. I have learned to do this. Now I have started liking it. How I am becoming more independent, and who helped me. How they overcome that fear and difficulties and challenges.
So this self-reflection is a very important part, because experiential learning में अगर reflection नहीं होगा, if you're not thinking about it, then there's no metacognition. The child is not able to articulate the learning. तो इसमें right from a young age, right from grade 1, and children are very very good at that. They are capable of saying मुझे ये अच्छा लगा, I found this difficult or challenging, I enjoyed this, I didn't enjoy this. That is also important. But one thing I'd like to point out, जब सेल्फ रिफ्लेक्शन कर रहे हैं, आप हर एक एक्टिविटी के बाद थोड़ा सा रिफ्लेक्शन करें. Give some time, because children forget. So you cannot do reflection of the activity 1 week later, because by the time the child is forgotten. Whatever activity you've done, 10 minutes में you do one circle time, या ग्रुप्स में करें, हर एक बच्चा कुछ बोल रहा है, या अगर आपने कुछ पेपर दे दिया है, they have to tick mark. You found this easy, found it difficult, enjoyed, did not enjoy, what have you learned, कुछ draw करना है, कुछ लिखना है. So you can either give a paper where the children can scribble something, express themselves, or they can just verbally talk, and you may not make notes that time, but the self-reflection can be recorded in that manner. Yes, so I think self-reflection is of course a fundamental part, but then if you don't get peer feedback, you're not constructing your own ideas about the world, right? But isme jo peer feedback, it is not a judgment. We have to always remember that they're not assessing each other. They're only looking at collaborative work, teamwork, sharing, overall qualities of social behavior. That is what we can tell them to share. They're too young to obviously talk about any cognitive aspects of the learning. So that is not what is part of the HPC. What is part of the HPC in peer-to-peer feedback is simply sharing, where they actually giving some feedback and support to each other. We want to go towards a stage where the HPC brings in joy into the classrooms, into the families, where we all look forward to it. And as the years go by, this becomes a valuable document for the child and for the parent. ये बहुत ज़रूरी है, and this contributes to the human development. So I think that is a much more valuable thing. So it will be joyful progress cards also. So I think the HPC is totally participatory. It is getting different voices from parents, the child, peers, and the teacher. So we are all constructing the child's identity.
We all are working in a unit, basically.
Exactly. We are all working together
for child's
for the child. And that development, this whole exercise has to be a joyful one. It has to be a validating one for the child, because ultimately the human soul, human beings are seeking that validation. It is a lack of validation for a child that creates trauma. So if we can move towards that, we will create a happier, healthier society. That's the function of the HPC.